there are moments that break you. Not because life is cruel, but because life is precise. A single conversation that shattered your beliefs. A stranger who smiled at you when you were about to give up. A lover who left just when you thought they were the one. And suddenly you're not who you used to be. You've been changed. Not by chance, but by design. Because in the quiet language of the universe, nothing, absolutely nothing, is random. Buddhism doesn't believe in accidents. It believes in karma. It believes in duyan, the deep, invisible connection between souls across lifetimes. And it believes that every person who steps into your story is a mirror, a message, or a lesson. So no, they didn't show up by mistake. They came for a reason. And maybe they were carrying a piece of your awakening. You may not remember your past lives, but your soul does. It carries impressions, from what you've done, thought, felt, or caused. This karma pulls people toward you, not to punish you, but to complete unfinished cycles, to help you balance, grow, and finally understand. Think of it this way. Someone shows up and you feel an unexplainable closeness or an unexplainable pain. You don't know why, but your soul knows. That person may be part of your karmic contract. Maybe you once wronged them or they hurt you. Now life has offered both of you another chance, not to replay the pain, but to resolve it. Sometimes that resolution is forgiveness. Sometimes it's letting go. And sometimes it's simply recognizing the lesson and moving forward. There are 4 types of people you meet on your path. 1. People who awaken love in you. They remind you that your heart is still open, still beating. 2. People who awaken pain. Not to destroy you, but to reveal where you're still holding on. 3. People who pass through gently. Their time is brief, but their impact is eternal. 4. People who come to stay, not forever, but long enough to help you rewrite an old story into something whole. Each of them is a teacher. Each of them is a mirror, and none of them are here by accident. We often ask the wrong question, why is this person in my life? But the better question is, what is my soul learning through this person? Maybe they came to teach you boundaries. Maybe they reflected the parts of yourself you rejected. Maybe they were sent not to complete you, but to reveal your incompleteness so you can finally heal. It's not always love. Sometimes it's a wound that opens, so the light can get in. As the Buddha taught, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And through relationships, life gives us a choice to suffer blindly or to suffer mindfully, with purpose, with understanding, with compassion. The law of cause and effect karma isn't a punishment system. It's a school. Each relationship is a karmic classroom. Some lessons are gentle, some are harsh, but all of them are holy. Maybe that friend who betrayed you in this life was someone you abandoned in a past life. This time they came back, not to take revenge, but to help both of you understand forgiveness. Maybe the parent who couldn't love you was a soul who once lost you and carried guilt across lifetimes. Now the roles have reversed, so healing can begin. These are not just poetic ideas. They are central to Buddhist insight. They free us from resentment. They turn our pain into purpose. They make the unbearable meaningful. The Buddha once said, "If you want to know your past, look at your present conditions. If you want to know your future, look at your present actions." This includes how you respond to those around you, to the ones who love you deeply, and the ones who trigger your deepest wounds. Because in truth, no one can hurt you more than the people you are karmically tied to, and no one can heal you deeper either. So when someone comes into your life and disrupts everything, Don't be too quick to judge. Ask instead, what is this moment trying to awaken in me? Let go of the fantasy that every relationship is meant to last. Buddhism teaches impermanence, anicca. What arises will pass. And that includes people. Some people are here to walk with you through a single storm. Others are here to remind you that the storm is inside you. And a rare few will stay not to rescue you, but to help you see that you've always had the strength to save yourself. Release the need for closure. Release the need for certainty. Instead, practice metta, loving kindness, even when the love ends. Especially when it ends, because that's when real peace begins. In the end, this life is a garden of meetings and partings, and everyone you meet is a seed. Some bloom into beauty, some wither quickly, but all contribute to the story of your becoming. So bless the one who left. Bless the one who stayed. Bless the one who never returned your love. And bless the one who never stopped. Because you wouldn't be who you are today without them. Take a moment now. Close your eyes. Think of someone who changed your life for better or worse. Breathe. Feel the truth of it. And if you're ready, whisper a silent thank you. Not because it was perfect, but because it was part of your path. Because you are not here by accident, and neither were they. Every meeting has meaning. Every pain has purpose. And every soul who enters your life is an invitation to evolve. How do you know if someone is karmically meant to be in your life? Sometimes it's the unexplainable pull, the feeling of familiarity like you've known them forever. Other times it's the intensity of emotion so beautiful or so painful it feels disproportionate. These are often signs of deep karmic ties. That doesn't mean you must keep them. Karma is not a chain. It's an opportunity. You're being given the chance to respond differently this time. If your instinct is to run, pause. If you want to cling, breathe. If your heart is breaking, don't shut it down. Ask it, what lesson is trying to arrive through this crack? The teachings of the Buddha aren't about perfecting others. They are about perfecting your own awareness. One breath, one relationship, one moment at a time. Sometimes pain is a sign that the lesson has arrived. And the soul you're learning from may have agreed to play a hard role in your growth. That doesn't mean you deserved the pain. It means you are ready to transform it. It's like burning wood to release light. The fire hurts, but the light remains. Your job is not to hold on to the fire. Your job is to honor the flame and let the light guide you. Forgiveness in Buddhism doesn't mean excusing wrongdoing. It means freeing yourself from the karmic loop of hatred, blame, or shame. You forgive not because they were right. You forgive because you no longer want to carry their shadow in your heart. As the Buddha said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. So let go. Not with bitterness, but with compassion for yourself and for the soul that helped you awaken even through pain. There's a strange kind of grace in those who hurt you the most. Not because they were right, but because they made you face what needed healing. They exposed the part of you that still seeks validation, that still fears abandonment, that still believes love must be earned. When they left, they took away your illusion, and in that space, truth appeared. You are whole, even alone. In Buddhist practice, we learn to view all beings with compassion, even those who caused us pain. Not to be weak, but to be free. The cycle of rebirth isn't just physical, it's emotional. You keep reincarnating the same story until you learn how to end it. Each time you let a wound define you, you're reborn into it again. But each time you meet it with presence, kindness, and wisdom, you transcend it. You evolve, and that is the purpose of every soul encounter, to evolve together or to evolve apart in peace. There is a quiet liberation in this path. When you stop demanding permanence, you begin to experience love in its purest form, unattached, open-hearted, awake. This love doesn't cling. It doesn't beg to stay. It simply says, "Thank you for walking with me. However long, however far." That's the kind of love that frees both souls, and that is the highest fruit of karmic meeting. Even if you are grieving a relationship, remember this too is sacred. Your tears are not weakness. They are the water softening the soil for new growth. The emptiness you feel, it is space for something real, space for you to meet yourself again, not as someone who was left, but as someone who remained, who is still here, still walking. And in each mindful step, you become the kind of presence others don't encounter by accident either. You become someone else's karmic gift. You don't need to fix every broken connection. You don't need to force closure or explanations. Some souls teach by staying. Some souls teach by leaving. And some teach by never arriving. But all leave something behind. A deeper awareness. A new boundary. A more open heart. You are the keeper of those lessons. Carry them gently. So today, when you think of those who shaped your heart, thank them. Not just in your thoughts, but in your spirit. Bow inwardly. Let them go with grace. Hold their memory with kindness, not bitterness, and whisper the words that end all karmic stories in peace. May you be free. May I be free. If this message spoke to your heart, let it live there. Let it change how you love, how you heal, how you let go. And if you feel called to go deeper into this path of mindfulness, subscribe to Buddha's Heart. Each week, we share truths that soften the soul and sharpen the mind. Truths that heal not just your wounds, but the way you see them. Because no one comes to you by accident, and neither did this message. You were meant to hear it. Right here, right now.